Nicky Davies Williams. I run DCD Rights. We're an international distributor. We're one of the few independents who don't have in-house production. So we have very strong relationships with independent producers, particularly in the UK, US and Australia. I think particularly if you're independent, it's a time of opportunity. I think the whole industry is in transition. So you've got a lot of consolidation in the cable and digital world. You've got the rise of the purely digital platforms, but you've still got strong broadcasters. And I think one of the strengths of the UK is we do have strong commissioning broadcasters, and those are very important as a sort of baseline. But in general, there's a lot more co-production going on than there has been. And I think that's where distributors can be useful, and that's where the distributor's role has changed really in the last year or two. I think what's interesting about that opportunity in co-production is it's a mixture of very high-end drama, which can be for a Netflix, Amazon, the top end of the market, where it's going to be difficult for an independent to retain any rights back end. So really you're going to be a gun for hire in that industry. But on the other hand, if you have a mixed portfolio and you have good long-running factual series, there is a strong opportunity for producers and distributors like ourselves to team up and package co-productions. And we've probably, I think in the last 2 years, we've triggered about 80 hours of production in that way. And just this year alone, we've got 3 series up and running. And they're all 10 hours, 13 hours, that sort of area. And they're strong branded co-production for the UK, but the UK will only be paying a small part of the budget. We'll bring in international money. And we might bring in an international partner, or we might fund it with a UK pre-sale. It's an interesting question as to how you link into the expansion of European production. And I think particularly in factual programming, there is a strong opportunity. The other thing that's been happening in France and to a certain extent some of the European countries is they are producing in English as well, but that's much more for the sort of major worldwide commissions. So I think at the moment, because there is a lot of mergers and acquisitions, people are thinking more globally in general, that you have to be adaptable in every way. I think in the drama area that every producer is looking for soft money. And I think wherever there is soft money available for production, it is attractive. So we have found some of our scripted programming is now being produced partly in Belgium and Holland for that reason. I think Eastern Europe in the past has offered reasonable subsidies. So I think the European market has something to offer in that sense. Formats have always been strong in the international market. I think the key is to have a reasonable run in your home territory with some good data and some good expertise. Then I think formats do have a value. And that, that has always been, I think consistently been an area that has been a good revenue area for producers.